Hello, this is the second of a two-part tutorial for beginners installing FogROS 2. In the previous video, we showed how to install ROS 2. Now we move on to installing FogROS 2. We start by creating a workspace named fog_ws and a source directory named src in the workspace. Change directory into the source directory, clone the FogROS 2 repo, and copy the DDS file. Next, we navigate to the main workspace directory and build using Qualcomm build. Note that the guide states that we may see a deprecation warning if using Ubuntu 22.04. Once done, we will install AWS CLI and configure our AWS basic settings. This will allow us to be able to launch cloud instances. To configure basic settings, you have to have an AWS account, security credentials, an output format, and an AWS region. The guide includes a link to an AWS page containing the information. For me, I have my security credentials and output format copied, and then US West 1 as my region. The next steps are installing additional FogROS 2 dependencies such as WireGuard, and then installing the RMW for the Cyclone DDS if you're using Ubuntu 22.04. At this point, we're done with the installation and can now launch a Docker node example. Before we do this, let us take a look at the launch file and walk through the source code. Here is the example launch file, docker.aws.launch.py. On line 34, we import node, and on line 36, we import FogROS 2. Next, AMI image allows us to choose the specific AWS virtual machine image depending on the version of Ubuntu we are using. Next, we tell FogROS 2 to provision a cloud machine with the specific details we need, including its region, its type. Then we declare a listener node and a talker node. Note that the talker node has FogROS 2.cloud node, which tells FogROS 2 to launch that node on the cloud on the specific cloud machine we have just declared. That is the example launch file. Now we return to the terminal and see how to launch this Docker example. Navigate to the main workspace directory, source the setup.bash, and set the environment variables for RMW and Cyclone DDS. Now launch the Docker file. This will take a while to complete when you launch the first time. In the interest of keeping this video short, we've sped up the playback. You can see on your screen the various steps being taken by FogROS 2, all listed and discussed in our paper, including connecting to AWS and starting an instance securely, installing ROS on the cloud, setting up VPN on the cloud and locally, copying the workspace and its software to the cloud instance, configuring the DDS provider's discovery mechanism to work with the VPN, launching the talker node on the cloud, and launching the listener node on your computer. If you see a screen like mine at the end of this, congratulations, you have successfully run your first FogROS 2 node. Next, we'll terminate the demo by typing Ctrl+C twice. The first one terminates the robot node. The second one terminates the cloud node. We can see the cloud computer that FogROS 2 launched for us using the FogROS command line interface, or CLI. ROS 2 fog list shows that we have one running instance with the name Adventurous Minivan. Finally, we terminate the instance so that we are no longer being charged for it by running ROS 2 fog delete Adventurous Minivan. You can verify that it is being deleted by running ROS 2 fog list again. Observe the status shutting down line. After a short while, running ROS 2 fog list will show nothing, indicating that the instance is terminated and you are no longer being charged. That concludes this tutorial. Thank you.